All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. That is the true name of the Heavenly Father, through the true name of the only begotten Son. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from through the Holy Spirit. To those men, I give double honors. And I'd also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the predestinated, okay, the hopeful elect, the 1/3, all right. And Thawadi al Bashim Shai Bahashim Rachakwadash for giving me the inspiration to even do this lesson. And as the title reads, what is what is the mark of the beast, man? Okay. What is the mark of the beast? And I might put hashtag Hebrew Israelites because it's pressed upon my spirit to not only speak about the prophecy that's getting ready to come to pass pertaining to the mark of the beast, but it's also pressed on my spirit to basically yell, where are these Hebrew Israelites at? Okay, where are the other Hebrew Israelites at? When it comes to this, when it comes to this prophecy, when it comes to this understanding, when it comes to this, this knowledge, where are you? Why are you not speaking about it? Why are you not warning? Okay, we here at Great Millstone that identifies Hebrew Israelites, starting with our elders, Elder Apostle Haran down. Okay, we're constantly being inspired to push the MOTB, all right, and it coming to pass. But there are so many other Hebrew Israelite camps that are out here that are completely silent, okay, that are completely mute when it comes to the necessary prophecies that need to come to pass for us ultimately to get to the kingdom. Before the kingdom, the mark of the beast has to come. All right. So, I love thinking about the kingdom. I think about it all the time, especially in these chains of darkness, especially, in the trials and the temptations. But we also understand that there is a necessary, there's a necessary path that is going to be presented before all of us before that time comes. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to read this real quick. Okay. Let's see. What do we get? Yeah, let's start with this. So I put apt to teach. Okay, you have Bishop Nathaniel. You have offices that are out here, and these offices that we have been given to us for the perfecting of the saints. And I'm going to just say this in the first 5 minutes. The MOTB, okay, is the RFID CHIP, NFC CHIP, Neuralink. Okay, the technology that Esau and these nations are creating to merge man with machine for buying and selling. Okay, the R to the F to the I to the D. All right, they can even call it the Vera CHIP. Okay, but it's going to be this. It's going to be put within you. All right, it's going to be put within you so that you can operate and function on a societal level. All right, now let me make my point. Let's go to Ephesians 4. Okay, this is all for the perfecting of the body. See, look, this is Ephesians 4 and 11. All right, Ephesians 4:11. Okay, and it says, and he gave some apostles, they got sent away, and some prophets. Okay, so where are the prophets at? All right, all these Hebrew Israelites out here. Okay, I'm talking about Hebrew Israelites, us. I'm talking about within us. Okay, because we have the truth. All right, we have the 100% truth, but you have other camps out here that are trying to put themselves in this office with this notion that they are the guys. Well, for the ones that are claiming to be the guys, IUIC, okay, the Wi-Fi or Watchmen for Israel. All right, where are you at, man? Bow, where are you at? Because I got this end time headline I'm about to read. So excuse me for my long-winded rant. All right, it says, and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and some teachers for what? For the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of a Mashiach. See? So we have been woken up as Hebrew Israelites not to use this truth to start a family, which there's nothing wrong if you have a family. That's a very beautiful thing. But a lot of men use this truth for that. We didn't get woken up to get wives or multiple wives. A lot of us men on this side that are teaching live very simple, solemn lives because we understand what we've been woken up for. So this is for the guys that want to be mainstream. This is for the guys that ride on the horses and have these they're having all these charter trips and doing all these things that present themselves as men of the Lord. Well, for the men that claim to be men of the Lord, what is the mark of the beast, man? Okay? What is it? And why is this? What is this, man? What's going on with the government that wants to plan, monitor, and control you with a digital wearable? Now, is this the MOTB? No, it's not, because ultimately they want to put this within you, because this can fall off. And that's what John saw. John saw a technology that was within you. It was in your head. It was in your hand. Okay? Not on your hand and not on your head, in you. Anyways, it's deeper with that too, because that's ultimately you being sacrificed. Because when you think about the all, you would pierce your ear, okay, to establish a lifetime of servitude. But anyways, let me get back to my initial point, and I'll go into that. And I got to make this quick. I got a couple of things to do before camp. First Timothy 3:2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, because back then women coming from a Gentile lifestyle had many different men. Okay, so for the bishop to be blameless, he had his own wife. Okay, because you get with a woman and she's got a past, and this man was with her and he ain't dead, and there's a whole backstory to that. Okay, it says, look, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. So we're apt to teach. Okay, we're apt to teach you as apostles. We're apt to teach as prophets. We're apt to teach as evangelists. We're apt to teach as pastors. All right, because this question needs to be asked. This in the true name of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the Savior. You as a Hebrew Israelite out there, okay? We are anointed, inspired to teach you first the name and prophecy before we shove the law down your throat. And we don't even shove the law down your throat. It's all a growth process, okay? How can I shove the law down your throat and I got tattoos? We live by the law, okay? We do. But the first thing when we are introduced through the Spirit, you're going to be given the name of your God, because that's your God. That's your Savior. Okay? It ain't mine to hold and then I can when I desire. No, man. Okay? We are here in sincerity to want to teach Yahushua sheep. 2 Timothy 2:24. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach and patient. So we are inspired and apt to teach you, and apt to teach you what? Of course, the truth, of course, the doctrine, but of course, prophecy. Okay. And look, I even asked this. Let me see right here. I said, are we commanded to prophesy? It said, great question. The short answer is yes. In a sense, believers are encouraged and even commanded to prophesy, but this needs careful explanation based on context, purpose, and gifting. New Testament encouragement to prophesy. 1 Corinthians 14:1. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy. Paul says believers should desire spiritual gifts, especially prophecy. Now, is everybody set up to be a prophet? No, because the spirit of prophets are subject to the prophets. But this is being brought out because there are men that have put themselves in the position of a prophet, and they are not prophesying unto you. Okay, in actuality, they're being false prophets, and that's what's being addressed here. Okay, and this precept comes to my mind, so I want to read it real quick. 1 Corinthians, I believe it's 3:20, or 1:20, excuse me, real quick. 1 Corinthians 1:20, and it says right here. Okay, let's start at 18. It says, for the preaching of the cross, okay, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. This is why Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, we counted his life madness and foolishness. I don't care. Okay, in this walk, you should not be caring what a vain vessel thinks about you. Okay, all these people are on a low level, which is fine. We're just thankful that the Lord is putting us on a level to have a thought process when it's minded towards the Lord, what is good, as it says. It says, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of Yahweh, for it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise. See, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. That is powerful. Okay, so all these guys that want to sit here, the low lit, the bookshelves behind them, the scribes, the subscribers, the viewers, their eloquent speech of doctrine of astronomical, all the isms. Okay, that don't mean ish when it comes to Yahweh Shema Shai. Remember the apostles, they were considered ignorant men. So Great Millstone is considered unlearned and ignorant men. And that's exactly how the Lord works. He uses what looks like shouldn't be used. So it says, where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Has not Yahweh made foolishness the wisdom of this world? And that's my point. Where are they at? All right, with things like this coming out, where are you at, man? Okay, me, if I was just coming in, which I can only speak for myself, and at that I can only speak what the Lord put on my spirit. Like when I first learned I was an Israelite, it was pressed on my spirit to what was the name. That was the first thing that I was running around. I was running, what's the name? What is the name? Okay, you got a lot of Hebrew Israelites that all they care about is that they're Israelites and they still call on God and Jesus. I literally had a short conversation with an Israelite the other day, and I said, hey, I'm asking for a friend. I normally don't do this. I normally don't. I said, I'm asking for a friend who wants to be saved. What is the name we call on? Do you know what his response was? This Hebrew Israelite, he told me, Jesus Christ, the Black Messiah. So being funny, all right, I said, do I have to add Black Messiah while praying? And I got left on red. You see what I'm saying? Look at that. Yahweh Shai is on the way. All right, I got left on red. This is what these guys are doing. You got men out here that are playing the part, but behind the scenes, they are leaving the sheep astray. And the Lord has a controversy with that. He literally said he has a controversy with you causing the sheep to go astray, man. Okay? Let me see. Prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. See? Look at this, man. Ezekiel 34:2. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them that, and then you just got this dude, Allegay, excuse me. He renounced you, man. He renounced the people. So Jake is literally just following Forrest Gump into a desert, and then he's turning around and leaving you there, man. All right, and this is a big deal. It says, the Lord power unto the shepherds. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flock? Exactly. See, look, verse 4. The diseased have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick. We ain't talking about no chip. We need to go to the store. You want to talk about a chip? The Lord's about to start taking dudes out, man. Neither. So this lesson is, what is the mark of the beast? Hashtag Hebrew Israelites. Shame on you, man. And I'm saying that openly. To all you self-proclaimed prophets and pastors and bishops and generals and leaders, shame on you. Shame on you, officers of 50 and 500. You ain't doing shit, man. I'm going to say it that way. Shame on you. You got blood on your hands, man. Esau is being programmed by Yahweh Basham Shai to usher in this mark of the beast, and you're sitting on your ass, man. It says, have ye bound up that which was broken? Could you imagine an Israelite that don't know this but wants to know this, and they come across one of these other camps? That's a scary thing. That's why Yahweh Shai said, my sheep know my voice. That is a scary thing. Imagine you brothers or you sisters out there. Just imagine yourself, hypothetically, with the zeal that you have, and the desire that you have for this truth, and you came across another camp and you earnestly was asking them, can you tell me what this is? Do I have to worry about this? Does this wearable device, will that ultimately lead to what we think the mark of the beast is? What is it? What is that? People are going to lose it, man. People are going to lose it. It says, neither have ye brought up again that which was driven away. See, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them. Wait a minute, force and cruelty, it says gentle. Chip, we coming no chip, man. See, evil, man, evil as men. Look, and they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered through all the mountains, the nations, governments, and upon every hill, nations. Yea, my flock was scattered upon the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. But then they'll proclaim, we need to go to Ghana. We need to go here. And you go there to tell them what? Christ? You tell them we're fringes? Oh my gosh. Anyways, let me get out of that. Let's go here. Okay. It says how government, all right, mind control, how the government plans to monitor, score, digital credit system, score, and control you. through digital wearables. Now that is gradualism, okay? Because we'll see if it actually comes to pass, but we know according to prophecy that the mark is something that will be put within you so that you can buy and sell. So this is called gradualism, where what they're doing is getting you used to it, like your cell phone. Remember, now I was born in the late 1900s, gradualism. So we weren't attached to our cell phones like that until not too recent. It was really recent. After 2000, I would say 2010 and up is really where people started, going extremely OD with their phones. Even us now, everything's just your phone now. Everything's the laptop now. Everything's the internet now. Everything is digital now. A policy of gradual reform, sudden change. Let me see. What is the theory of gradualism? Okay, so let's put maybe I'm spelling, but basically he's giving you something so that it slowly becomes a part of your lifestyle. Okay, gradual changes. Okay, I'll look further into that, but you know what I'm getting at. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, excuse me. But anyways, so now let's go into this real quick. See, now he wants to care about your health. Get out of here. Get out of here. The mercies of the wicked is cruel. All these years, and now you want to take Red 40 out of shit? Get out of here, man. It says concerns about the potential misuse of these devices. Okay, Zero Hedge, that's a good platform. Published July 16th, The Wearables Trap, how the government plans to monitor, score, and control you. This plan promoted under the Make America Healthy Again, MAHA campaign. It says could transform wearables into instruments of surveillance, eroding bodily autonomy and privacy. Well, that's exactly what the mark ultimately is going to do. Okay, let me see what else they got. Oh, I asked this too. I asked, what's the mark of the beast? Let me see. I said, what's the mark of the beast? The mark of the beast is a concept found in the book of Revelations in the New Testament. Here it is right here. Okay. Also, he causes all, both small and great. Who's the he? All right. Both small and great, adult and child, rich and poor. There's no middle class, free and slave. Now you got, what happens when they start offering a trackable device upon immigrants, which they already got ankle monitors to be marked on the right hand, in the hand, or the forehead, meta, so that no one can buy or sell. So the mark of the beast has something to do with buying and selling. So what is the mark of the beast? Hashtag Hebrew Israelites for what are you buying and selling with? Hebrew Israelites out there, is the money, can we still use money? Okay, I'm telling you, the Lord is about to jack these guys up, man. How you going to go out here and try to say what the mark is, what it isn't, but then you're not explaining the buying and selling aspect? That's what needs to be addressed. Well, what are you buying and selling with? That's what that R to the F to the I to the D is. Now, it says symbolically, but look at futuristic interpretations, which there's no private interpretation, futuristic interpretations, apocalyptic or literal view. In some Christian circles, especially among the premillennialists, it is taken literal, possibly referring to future system involving a physical mark, micro C-hip, see, a digital ID, but the digital ID will be inserted within you. Okay, and Esau's an antichrist. You're all antichrist. I don't know what you're talking about. You're waiting on one in particular person. Shut up. All right, look, a global economy controlled. That's exactly what it is. It's a global economy controlled with a physical mark, a micro C-hip. Knock, knock, knock. For you Hebrew Israelites out there, you need to know this, okay? You out there, you sitting on the couch with nothing to do. You need to know that. You need to know that you're following false prophets if they're telling you anything otherwise. And now, why is the government pushing for a wearable device to ultimately keep track of your biometrics? What's up with that? And that's what this futurist said. He said the only way that we could guarantee a digital ID is through you with biometrics, meaning someone else. The only way that we can stop someone else from claiming to be you on the internet, we need your biometric data. We need your fingerprint. We need your iris, your eye. Okay, we need your physical body to be the password. So he's digitalizing you, man, right before your face. He's digitalizing you. 1 Corinthians 14:39. Wherefore, brethren, covet to prophecy and forbid not to speak with tongues. Paul is clearly using the Corinthian church to eagerly desire prophecy. You should be eagerly desiring prophecy, okay? Not just a wife, not just a family. Those things are beautiful, but there's a mission. I'm on a mission, a mission. You remember that song in the 90s? I'm on a mission. We're on a mission. The kingdom of heaven has a long journey. We're on a mission. All right. And you should respect that. You should want that. You out there in the world still fighting and striving. You should want who you're learning from to tell you these sobering messages. I wouldn't want to learn from some some just slack, lazy, always looking for the sister's teacher. I'd be like, what the fuck, bro? This is serious, man. So while this may not be a direct command like thou shalt, it is a strong apostolic exhortation, which for Christians carries weight like a command. Exactly. We're carrying this cross, prophesizing you also carrying your cross. Purpose of prophecy in the church. 1 Corinthians 14:3. But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. New Testament prophecy is often not about foretelling the future. Yes, it is. But about speaking Yahweh's truth to strengthen, encourage, and cover. It is about foretelling the future. We're telling you the future. We're telling you the future. We're telling you that this technology ultimately is going to be put within you, which it makes sense, because what he could do is, because this is modern you through your biometrics, right? So now all he's got to do is link these devices, these wearables, with something that's within you that monitors you, like a heart pacer. What's it called? A pacemaker. Let me see. What does that do? Look at this. See, our spirit is on this prophecy. What does a pace maker do? I gotta wrap this lesson up. Let me see. See, what's this? It's like a damn vape device. A pacemaker is a small look. Everybody, look at this. A small what? A small what? All right, this been out. Implanted device regulates a person's heart. So there's a device that controls your heart and sending electrical impulses to it. Damn, dude. Come on, man. Telling you everything that they got to help your body that you wear outwardly, they have a device to help you inwardly. And here's a good example. Okay, great example. All right, let's go back and see what else they're talking about. All right, what is hashtag Hebrew Israelites? What is the mark of the beast? Damn it. Let me see what we got here. Wearables, drawn historical warnings. Let's see. I'm just looking. See, they always use the elderly. How do you think they pushed the Social Security after the Great Depression? Oh, we got to help the elderly. Today, the author suggests wearable data could similarly be used to deem certain individuals, such as the elderly, disabled, or chronically ill, too costly or inconvenient, potentially influence decisions about insurance, treatment, or even life expectancy. The article warns how long before an algorithm quietly decides whose suffering is too expensive, whose needs are too inconvenient, and whose body no longer qualifies worth saving. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just looking. Concerns, just looking. Oh, what's this? Devils in sheep clothing. And search, blah, blah, blah. As wearable technology becomes more integrated in daily life. See? So wearable is going to become implantable technology. Soon, implantable technology is going to become everyday norm. All right? Like the Neura and so on. The potential for misuse grows. The Zero Hedge article concludes that the government's embrace, the government, the government, all right, embraces of wearables is not merely about health, but about expanding control over the inner realms of inside you. It warns that these devices, once symbols of personal wellness, risk becoming digital cattle tags, badges of compliance. It's right. So what are they going to do to make sure that you can't take this tag off? They're going to put it in you. That's what the mark is. It's about something that Edom, the powers that be, that are going to put within you in the name of health, in the name of concern, in the name of prosperity. And there's going to be something that's going to cause people to want it. Just like how he got you to roll up your sleeve. That was a trial run. Look how he got you to roll up your sleeve, man. And then you had hashtag Hebrew Israelites. You had Hebrew Israelites telling you to take that, man. Oh my goodness. Shame on you. Shame on you, T-shirt fringe Israelites. It says, as society navigates this new frontier, the balance between elf empowerment and authoritarian control remains precarious, demanding vigilance to protect personal autonomy. All this is babble. Okay, this was all babble to tell you we're going to chip your ass. See his jargon? This is babble. Oh, it's just a real-time balance between the empowerment and authoritarianism. No, he's going to chip your ass, bro. Okay? Futuristic interpretations, literal. So we're commanded to prophesy, man. 1 Corinthians 14:31, for ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted. And guess what? This is only for those that believe in this. All right? This implies that prophecy is accessible to all believers, not just a special few, but it must be done in order with discernment to benefit the body. So we are prophesizing to the body what he's trying to put in the body. We are prophesizing to the body what he's trying to put within the body. So watch out, man. And guys are flaking, guys are falling off, guys are turning back. So you out there in the Hebrew Israelite knowledge, be aware. If you ain't been aware since, you better be aware now, because it's going to be more than a wearable. Okay? It's going to be more than a wearable. Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter the kingdom of Yahweh. So there is a great hour of temptation that the powers that be, the government, is going to implement something that put within you as a mandate throughout the world, and that's what you deny. You deny that, even if it means death. So what? We're already dead to this stank-ass, evil, wicked, heathen ruling world. So what? We're already dead. Okay? We live through Yahweh Shai. All right, through Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So I might put hashtag Hebrew Israelites. What is the mark of the beast? Damn it, you know. So I'm gonna leave it there. I got a jet, man. All right, and we don't got a booster club for when we need a jet. All right. So listen, I pray that this lesson was edifying. I just want to do a real quick hit. All right. So in closing, the MOTB is the R to the F to the I to the D C hip. It is a C hip. It is something that will be put within you. It is something that will be technology that will merge with your mind so that you can have AI fluttering through your brain. Okay? Now watch it, man. It's here. We're in that time. We are here. Okay? So just wanted to touch on that topic. You got your standing government saying that they're going to give you trackable wearables. It's gradualism. Okay? Breadcrumbs. All right? Breadcrumbs to a loaf before you get cooked. So be aware. Okay, remain to be that living sacrifice. Know that we're already dead to this world, man. And prophecy is going to come to pass. And be aware of these false prophets. Be aware of these Hebrew Israelite false prophets out there. Shame on you. All right, so I'm going to end it. So I pray this lesson was edifying. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh b'Hashem Yahushua Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to my elders, bishops, and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, shalom.